Previously on Unranked.
3 games, Desert Island discs. What do you got?
Halo 3,
Really?
Halo ODST, and Halo Reach.
I can't believe you only want to listen to Halo music.
He just wants that on
Well, if
repeat.
because if I'm walking around a desert island by myself and I've got to I don't know, act cool and try to kill animals.
Wait. Why do you have to act cool?
Because I have to walk around like I'm confident. I got to be confident what I'm doing.
Why?
If I feel like I'm gonna die, if I'm not
So
confident.
the crab's gonna judge you?
Yeah.
Oh my
It's a
god,
mental
I
game.
love this.
It's
Tuna,
a mental
the
game.
first thing Tuna does he does okay, I gotta find fresh water, I gotta find food. He's like, I gotta
But where
be
are my
confident.
sunglasses?
I
Yeah, I
gotta
need
be
to keep my
confident.
cool. I need
gotta
to keep my cool in front of the monkeys.
I can't go nuts. I can't get too afraid. I can't.
Yeah,
get
you
too
know what will
lightheaded.
help with that?
Yeah, the best way.
A couple of games with all of the same style of music.
It's
Nothing
not
to
the same
break
style
that
of
up.
music. It's not
He
the same
doesn't
style of
know.
music. Listen to those songs. ODST is very noir. Reach is very. 3 is grandiose. Okay, Reach brings it back. Listen, I'm telling you, put it
The
on.
bullshit.
I'll listen to that shit all day.
Hello and welcome to the Unranked podcast. This is Christian
Yeah.
Humes with Alex Marinello and Tom Caswell. And who doesn't know what?
So what's interesting, Christian, is that during that previously on, it was freezing for me and Tom.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think you realized, because every single
No,
time we came
'cause-
back from being frozen, you were like loving it. You were like in with it.
I mean, the video is playing on my computer, not in Zoom.
Ah, yes.
So
Right,
for
of
me,
course.
it's
For
It's
you,
live.
you're just
Live.
watching
Doing
it.
it live. What I loved was that we were frozen for what felt like a really long time at one point. Like it did a little freeze and it did like a long freeze. And we were frozen for a long time. And I was like, oh, when we come back, Chris will be wondering like what's going on because we won't be responding to him or whatever. And we came back and it was still playing the clip. And it felt like it had been very long.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, you
Weird.
know, a great moment, a great moment among many.
but you got to look cool.
I
here
don't
on
need to
the,
explain myself. I think it speaks for itself. I
Yeah, it
think,
does.
you know.
Oh no, that's 100%.
Yeah, when I'm on a desert island beach, I definitely want noir music.
Well, look, fine. I guess I'm going to explain myself. When
Tropical noir.
Listen, when I'm hunting for like when I'm hunting animals for food, I'm putting on the Halo 3 like da 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 da, like yeah, right? But when I'm just like chilling, walking around the beach, noir music.
No.
Okay.
What kind of
that's-
animals do you think you're hunting on this island?
Yeah, like a squirrel.
A squirrel.
Squirrel.
I would love to. It would be funny for all 3 of us to be put onto like a desert island or something and see who does the best. That I would be curious as to how we would each perform.
In the past, I would have felt a lot more confident, but with my bad back now, I'm fucked.
Well, all you need is the Halo soundtrack. You would feel more confident and like that.
Yeah. You need the confidence. Exactly.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
need to,
You just
believe.
got to look cool, Tom.
You know, surviving like the fall of Reach is just like being stranded on a desert.
Is like surviving. Yeah, that's my reach.
That's
my reach. All right. Well, it's the
another
437th episode. So it's time for the 437th Pokemon. Last week was Bronzor. So this week we have its evolution. It evolves by leveling up. And the name of that Pokemon is Tuna.
What number are we on?
437.
Oh, 437.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
we are.
It's Bronzor last week, 436.
Oh, okay. So this will. Why is it like third? Bronzong.
Why did you say it like that?
What do you mean?
Bronzong.
Bronzong. It's Bronzong. It's a dual type, steel psychic, bitch. Introduced in Generation 4. I don't
So
know
this looks. It looks like a
called.
bell. It looks like
A gong.
a bell that would
Oh, no,
be
not a gong.
hanging off of sort of like an archway because it has the 2 sort of arches at the top that connect, and then it's holding the bell. kind of like a gong style bell, maybe a
Oh my
Bronzong.
God. So
Primarily like blues, like greenish blues, with
Mm.
some red eyes on it. Tuna, tell us about it.
Well, here's the thing, right? So the trivia section on this one is like long, okay?
Mm.
And also the origin section is also long, like really long for a Pokemon that I thought was just kind of like this brony, zongy Pokemon that didn't really have a lot of stuff with it. Then I just didn't feel like, I had an idea in my head of what I wanted to say, and it didn't come out right. So if we were like on a real show, like I'd probably ask you if I could redo all that, but this stays
You can
in.
do it again. I
No,
can cut it.
no.
No. I'll cut it. Ready? So, what can you tell us about this Pokemon?
Yeah, so the trivia section is really long. The origin section is really long. And for a Pokemon that's just based on a bell, I didn't think it was going to be this long. So there's a lot to unpack here. And actually,
Sure.
I hate that phrase. Lot to unpack. You know who used to say that a lot? Remember when in school, when you used to go to the library, right? And like we'd take
Yeah.
like class trips to the library when you
Yeah.
had to do research crap, and like the
Yeah.
librarian would come and try to talk to you, and he would be like, lot to digest, lot to unpack in these passages in this particular book or something. I hated that. But here I am using it anyway.
Well,
So anyway, I think you should just leave everything that just happened. I think you
oh,
just leave
I
it all in.
intended on it. I was
I
never going
think
to
you,
actually
yeah, I think
make
you
that
just leave
edit.
it. I think you just leave all of it in.
Yeah, there was
yeah.
no reality in which
There
I
was
was
no
going to
way he
actually
was going
Yeah.
to cut that.
Yeah.
I was
No.
like,
Yeah.
Chris, you're fooling
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. So yeah,
What a bunch of nonsense that
yes,
was.
a lot of nonsense going on here. So Bronzong, right? It's based on a Dotaku, Japanese bells believed to have been used to pray for good harvests. You know what's interesting also? I'm kind of like talked out because the kid has been wanting me to read every night now. So it
Oh.
used to be that Brit would do bedtime, but now I'm doing bedtime because she specifically asks me to read her books.
Oh, do you do a better
Um,
job?
I guess I do a better
Do you do
job.
voices?
I do voices.
Yeah.
I do voices. I do
Yeah.
some voices. But I think she just likes, because like she'll be like, when it's time for bed, she'll go books with Dada and get like really excited. So when I say I'm all talked out, she doesn't like. I used to get away with reading like one or two. I got to sit there for like a half hour more.
Yeah.
Reading
Yeah.
books. We're doing Little Mermaid. We're doing Pinocchio. We're doing Clifford. We're doing
These are
Berenstain
picture
Bears.
books.
These are picture books, but they're long. They're getting long now. They're like real
All right.
narrative books.
You
And
should
it's like you're reading
get
them.
started
and
on the manga.
I'm telling you right now, my mouth is like done. Like I'm done. I can't.
You
Yeah,
gotta wet that
somehow
whistle.
you are just talking more than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom, I also noticed the like tangents he's already managed to go off in.
It's your brain that's not working, you fucking idiot.
So
You got shit for brains. It's proven.
Brony. So Bronzong may be a combination of brones and gong, a type of musical percussion instrument, or dong, automatopoeia for deep bell reverberation, or bianzong, a Chinese instrument consisting of bells. Beyonzong. Yeah. Take it away.
What a
What's the
whole
name origin?
crock of shit.
Hmm?
Name origin. He just did it.
I just did it.
Oh, okay. It's you know what? It's so hard to tell because he's mispronouncing everything.
I know.
All right. So Bronzong.
I was convinced that he
It's
hadn't
the
done it
Pokemon.
either when you asked. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, that's because I was waiting for him to get to the name origin and then essentially be forced to like say it correctly in a way. But then he just read the words that it's based off of incorrectly as well. It's really something. It's quite the commitment to the bit. I appreciate it. Legends Arceus says, some believe that its bell-like cry opens holes to another world. It has been revered as a deity since ancient times.
Oh.
Deity?
Yeah, sure.
In your fucking made-up language.
It's DEI.
Deity. I before E.
It's diversity,
Yeah, it's a diversity.
environment. What's the E stand for? Inclusion. Okay,
Inclusion.
inclusion is definitely the I. I just don't know what the E
Oh, I
stands
thought you said the E. I thought you were saying the E. I'm like, Tom,
for.
come on.
Inclusion,
Come on, mate.
inclusion.
Come on, mate. Get it together.
Speaking of getting it together, let's get this Pokemon into the list. I'm gonna start.
Start the bidding.
All right. Yeah, start the bidding. Start
Where
the
did we
bidding.
put Bronzong? Or the
Ooh.
the last
I feel like around like 40.
what's its name?
Are you talking to us or yourself?
Well, I'm talking to you because I don't see it on the list at all.
Oh, it's not here. It should be below.
It
How did
should
it
be
not get
below
saved?
Badoo.
Yeah,
It was
it
right
should have
below
been
Correct.
there.
Badoo.
That's correct. All right, let's
Yeah.
make sure we get that in there.
Because
I
it
think
was because we had 50, so something happened.
yes. I think this goes up a bit higher than that.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the also I also love when they have like urban legends about what the Pokemon does. So the fact that there's an urban legend, this is actually like one of the most powerful Pokemon ever is pretty cool. I'm looking at the high 20s.
Oh, when you say high 20s, you mean
Like toward 30.
okay, toward 30.
Yeah, closer to the bottom, I guess, of the list.
What were you looking at, Tuna?
I was looking at the mid-30 range is where I was. I was in the
Okay,
mid-30s.
I think I'm like right. But let me look at
Hello?
this guy again. I'm right between you guys. I think I would put it
Right at 30?
I think I would put it right at 30. Yeah, I think
Yep.
I would put it just below Skunk Tank. I think
Yep.
Skunk Tank is better than it. I don't
That's
think
fine.
Cherubi is.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
fine.
I like
It's
it.
got a good typing. It's useful. It's useful
Yeah,
in the
true.
game. You know,
true.
it's a psychic type.
It's true.
Okay. Bronzong, the new 30.
Bronzong. The new
Frozone.
30. The new 30, baby. Wait, are we halfway now? How many new?
We have two more. Two more and we are halfway already through.
Can you meet me halfway?
Yep. It's wild. And then we get to start Great Generation.
Mm.
All right. Let's have it. What's the word? What's been going
on? What's been going on? Nothing.
I got nothing.
Played
The
any
world
Destiny
stopped.
this last week?
I played a little bit.
Not God. Yeah, I played a little bit.
I played the this week's like story missions, the new battlegrounds that they've introduced with this Act 2 of the episode. So they have like a new in addition to those ritual activities you could do where you would go and like do the different tasks and then find the radiolite. There's a different type of mission now in addition to that you can do. Pretty good. Yeah, but I didn't play much this week, honestly.
Yeah.
Not that I'm done.
We gotta do that time trial mission because that was fucking cool, and we gotta do the raid together.
Yeah, we do have to do the raid at some point. Yeah, that
but
definitely.
we were hitting so many heavy hours of Destiny that it kind of we needed to back off a bit.
I needed a little bit of a Destiny.
Both of our wives were, I think, about had it.
Yeah, yeah, and the week before this week was I didn't need. I was already over like the season pass numbers. Like I didn't need to make any progress there. There was like no, and this kind of happens usually is like it trails off the amount of new content that they're adding. So now they have this act system that kind of infuses content, like a big dump of content in the middle of it. But yeah, didn't play that too much. I played a game that I texted you guys about, and I was like, don't play it. It's not good. And then I changed my mind because I played more of it. So the game is called Concord. The beta happened last weekend. That was for all PS Plus members. And currently, if you're listening now, you can go play it on Steam or PlayStation 5, regardless of if you have PS Plus or not. It's a hero shooter. It's from Firewalk, who made they actually, I think, no, Fire Sprite is the VR one. They have Sony has Fire Sprite and Firewalk, and I can never remember which is which. This might be the previously VR studio, it might not be, but anyway, it's one of their newer studios. Hero shooter. It's that one that kind of has that Guardians of the Galaxy vibe. Like there's literally like some characters in there who are very Guardians of the Galaxy. Initially, I texted you guys and I was like, it's not good. It's not worth your time. And then I played more and I realized that actually this was once I had to get out of Destiny brain a little bit because I was just like feeling it wise, like I was not playing it the way it was meant to be played. Once I started realizing how the game was meant to be played, how it felt, I actually had a ton of fun. And by the end of the weekend, I was like, I think that's the most fun I've ever had with a hero shooter, including something like Overwatch. Namely because I think the heroes are super unique, even though they...
What was that word?
Unique.
Before that one.
Super unique.
Oh, okay.
Super unique. Instead of being like an Overwatch, you have 3 buckets. You have damage, you have tank, and then you have support. And any of the characters fall into that. And you have to, usually it's 2 damage, 2 tank, 2 damage, 2 support, 1 tank is a composition of the team. In this, there is no forced composition like that. And instead of there being 3 buckets, there's 6 buckets for each of the characters currently. But even within that, they all feel really different. And because it's more traditional modes that I enjoy, like Team Deathmatch or Control, like, holding the 3 points, versus something like an Overwatch where you're pushing an objective, like you're on one side of the map and you have to, a lot of the modes are like, you got to progress further, you have to push into the enemy's thing. And there's this kind of back and forth element. Because it's more like a team deathmatch, it really opens up the map so you can explore the whole thing rather than like have sides. And then I found this character called Baz, who at first I was like, why would this character seems incredibly underpowered? Why would you ever play with her? And then I realized like, oh, her abilities are when she crouches, when she's crouched, she can see enemies through walls if they're nearby. And then she has a throwing knife, a shuriken that weakens an enemy. So if it hits an enemy, it makes them vulnerable to more damage.
You pick them back up?
Huh?
Can you pick the shurikens back up, or
you have 3 on there on a cooldown.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's like cooldowns and stuff, and you can like if you get some characters are like, oh, if you get a kill, it comes back. The other cool thing is that things persist through death. So there's like a character that has a healing pad. Even if you die, that healing pad stays in the round unless an enemy destroys it. But you can, when you're playing, you have to be good about destroying enemy things because that guy could just keep putting healing pads down. And before you know it, like the whole map has healing pads just for the opposing team. So that's one unique thing it does. So this character Baz, I was like, oh, how you play her? Every time the map started, right, and it was like, it's kind of like there's lanes. I took whatever lane the rest of the team was going down. I went the opposite, and I would sneak behind the enemy and like attack them from behind and like apply pressure from behind so that their attention was diverted. And I caused multiple.
Tom loves to get in close. Tom loves to come on in on his own. He wants to get in close.
That is how this specific character is.
No, I know.
Played, which
I know.
maybe
it's just not a surprise that that's the one that you gravitated towards.
Well, the nice thing about getting in close, if you have a build that's designed to get in close, most people do not have builds to necessarily, especially in a competitive game like this. Excuse me. Oh my God. They don't have the ability to counteract it. Not a lot of people builds or play as characters that are built for that kind of close quarters thing. So if you are playing a character that does that and specializes in that and you're able to get in close, you're kind of guaranteed a kill. You might die very soon after that.
You said it's not broken up into the same 3 basic classes as like Overwatch.
No.
It's more varied, right? So is it more like Team Fortress 2 then?
Yes, I would say so. It also
now you've said something that has me interested because I played Team Fortress 2 for maybe like a couple of years, and it was a lot of fun.
So the way that the classes break down is they give whatever character is in that class, they give a crew bonus. So I think there's one class that they're called the tactician class. And in that, there's a character that is about healing. There's another character that is about, it's like this fungi character, and it can put basically mushrooms on the field and teleport between them. And also has a thing that you can put down, a spore you can put down that boosts your team, but like weakens the other team members. And then the third tactician is like a stealth robot that's all about like tracking enemies and like marking enemies for the team and stuff like that. So they all have the crew bonus of a faster reload on their weapon. That's what a tactician, their like crew bonus is. However, if you play as a character in the tactician class, you die, and then you switch to another character in a different class, the crew bonus from the tactician class carries over to the other class, and the other class has a bonus as well. And then if you switch again, all of them carry over until theoretically, if you die enough times and you swap enough times, you can get all of the crew bonuses onto one character. So you kind of have to play this game of like, oh, the character that I kind of want to dominate with, that has to be the end in a chain, and like how I want to chain things together based on how the game is going. So they incentivize not only that, switching up, but they also incentivize you like finding a good character to play, because if you keep playing as a character and do certain challenges, like in Destiny, it's like, do certain amount of damage, use this ability against this thing this many times. If you complete challenges as that character, it unlocks a new quote unquote variant, which not only has a different look, but it also switches up a perk that character has. So, for example, there's Lennox, who is the Star Lord, quote unquote, of the game. He has his perk is that he reloads his guns when he does a dodge, and you unlock very quickly a variant of him that swaps that perk out for like a bigger magazine. And each of the characters have these variants, so it's like not only is it incentivizing you to try every character, but it's also like, okay, once you've found some characters that you like, you should try and get good at them because you can get variants of them. And the idea is you build these crews. Once you have multiple variants of different characters, you can go into any game with an option of 16 characters, and you can build these crews, and you can name them like, this is my crew for like search and destroy, and this is my offensive crew like for team deathmatch. And you plug all the different things in, and then you go into that match and are able to pick between those characters. So it's doing some cool stuff. And once I got the feel of it, I actually really did kind of like how it played, and was having a ton of fun. And so there is a beta for the rest of the weekend, open to everyone if you want to go check it out. The game is going to come out later this year, but they're charging money for it. It's a $40 game, which I don't know if they're going to get away with. I will say it does feel like a game that you are paying for, right? Like it feels premium. There's a lot of free-to-play games that release in a very
how about you just don't make it a microtransaction focused game, and you just charge for it, and then that's it. That's the game.
I mean, that's that is their kind of plan, it seems. But for is it going to be good enough, successful enough to we'll see. We shall see.
I don't think I'll be playing this. It's not that it doesn't sound good. It's that it sounds like a game that's built for people to basically only play this game. And I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
And so
yeah,
I'm just not going to put the time into it to get good at it or to enjoy those systems. And so that means that like there's too many other games to play.
Yep. Yeah, no, I feel that. I look, there's 3 awesome games that kind of dropped today. The Flintlock and NES and that Dungeons of Hinterberg that I
Yeah.
all seem more
I
interesting.
played all 3 of them today.
Oh, exciting stuff.
Well, why don't you tell us about it? Because we didn't have any tea time this week. I've been very, very busy with work, so I haven't been able to even take a minute. And I haven't played anything except for a little Destiny, but nothing in Destiny
Didn't
that I
even
would.
he didn't even load in the NES World
Didn't
Championships.
even do it. No, didn't even do it. Did not even do it. I've literally have not had a lot of free time. So
Well, I imagine because later today, we have
Yeah.
a challenge.
mm,
And before that, Alex has a presentation. Very excited for. But I have a strong feeling that Alex may have a challenge in mind for NES World Championships.
I got tons.
So I look forward to that. All right. I played all 3 games. I probably put 45 minutes into both Dungeons of Hinterberg and Flintlock. Partially because I was like, first thing I did was I Googled to see the time that it takes to beat. And they both seem like they're around 15 hours, give or take. So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to start both of them and get through like whatever the like opening is, the
Sure.
tutorial. And then I'm going to decide which one I'm going to play. Flintlock was interesting because I felt like the game control, they basically both, the thing that I liked in one was the thing that I felt was weaker in the other.
Okay.
So Flintlock, I felt controlled really well. I thought the combat felt fun, everything, like I just felt like I had really good control over it. But visually, and I think it's just the opening world, but it's a little too like gothic steampunky. Like there wasn't a lot of color. It was like everything was very brown.
Yeah. I've never liked how that game looked.
But in the last preview for it, when they showed it off at the Xbox conference, the character gets a lot more attacks and maneuvers, and there were a lot more like color flares going off. So while the world had a little bit of a brownish, kind of older, it still looked colorful and bright and interesting.
Okay.
I didn't get to see any of that stuff. So I finished that. I got through it and I was kind of like, all right, I'm not like pulled into this at the moment, but it played really well. And I was like, okay, let me see if the other one is going to make me immediately say, this is the game I'm going to be playing right now. So I loaded Dungeons of Hinterberg. Oh, by the way, Flintlock, Alex, you saw the trailer for it, but to refresh your memory, it's sort of a steampunk world where it seems like this gate from either another dimension or hell or something opened up, and there's like gods and demons. It feels almost like a very God of War style story and game. That's kind of what they're going for here.
From what I understand, it really mashes up a bunch of different visuals from across different civilizations.
It does.
There's some Egypt stuff in there. There's some Roman looking stuff in there.
Egypt stuff in there.
Gothic looking stuff, Victorian.
So like the gods and stuff I was fighting felt like Roman and Egyptian, but the world I was in felt Gothic. And I had like steampunk clothes on. Like my clothes looked like they were almost like American or English. Like so it was definitely a weird combination of things. I have a feeling that if I were to keep playing from where I was, I feel like I would have seen more interesting things, but I was like, I'm going to stop now so I have time to go play the other one. Dungeons Hinterberg, immediately I'm like, yes, visually, I'm so fucking in on this game. Bright, colorful. It has that halftone pattern that you get in like comics with like, the circles that are like bigger and smaller. It makes it look like it's on like comic paper and print and stuff. The world is very cool. I don't know what country it's supposed to be. But they have
Hinterberg.
Is it? But I think it's supposed to
idea.
be. I think Hinterberg's supposed to be like a fictional area in.
Like it's
they have like
Scandinavian.
Yeah. Because they have Krampus. So like one of the first dungeon you fight against like a minor Krampus. Like there's. So the trailers for this game made it look like kind of like a Zelda, but it feels. What was that game that we played ages ago when we did a game club? And I think it was called like Moonlighter, where you would go.
With the dungeon.
This feels like third person Moonlighter.
Okay.
instead of top-down Moonlighter.
Right.
So that was really good. That being said, the controls are fine. I gonna sound like a broken record here, but I wish I could jump. I wish there was a jump button. It's like
Oh my God, here we go.
it's like well, it's the old Zelda game thing. Like you just have to be like moving fast enough, like when you get to the ledge and like jump across, but like you can't just press a jump button at any point. Like so I don't know what that is. Like I just don't get it.
Yeah, interesting. Because I from that trailer that went up today, it looked like there was a lot of platforming.
Yeah, but it's like it's like kind of
Yeah.
handheld. So that's why I'm like, oh, like from a control standpoint, like what's the purpose of that? Like if you're gonna have me jumping around on shit, let me jump around.
Jump around.
Hey,
Jump
let me
up,
do
jump up,
it.
and get down.
And the other problem I have with it is the camera doesn't follow me.
Oh, okay.
And so when
that's
you get
weird.
into fights, right? So like I see two enemies up ahead, and when I get close to them, like a ring, like a circular ring will enclose me. And so I'm in kind of like I think that happened with Hi-Fi Rush. So like you're kind of
you
like
would be
in a little battle space.
Arena, yeah.
But then the camera doesn't follow you. So you're kind of like turning, like you're coming closer to the screen and farther, and I didn't love that. So it was weird, like visually and story-wise, I was like, this is the game that I'm like way more compelled to play right now. But gameplay-wise, I enjoyed playing the other one more. So right now, I'm not sure which of the two. It's going to be a crapshoot. The next time I turn on my Xbox and decide to play one, I'm just going to pick one, and then I'm probably going to play that through until either I decide I'm going to finish it or not, but it looked great. And I do love the idea that like, this is just a regular ass village. And they're like, oh, well, we have dungeons here and like monsters. And like, you go in the dungeons and then like you raise your like status amongst the village. And there's like people that like aren't interested to talk to if your like status is too low as like a dungeon. Like, it's like an interesting concept.
Do you know
people have likened it to Persona. So like you create like social links between characters, and that plays into gameplay and stuff like that. So that's also actually when I learned that aspect, I was like, oh, I had no idea it even had that.
Okay, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Do I know what?
Huh? You know what I really did appreciate with Zelda Twilight Princess?
Oh.
I love that game.
So for me, one of the coolest things I thought about Twilight Princess was the dungeon that wasn't a dungeon, but it was a dungeon.
Okay.
But it was a house. And it was the snow, the Yeti.
That
that was my favorite dungeon.
It's so good.
So clever in the sense of like you get it. So to your point, Chris, like when you were saying that, oh, we're in a village, but also we have a dungeon. Like I really appreciate games where they have dungeons, right? But the dungeon is incorporated in a way that makes sense instead of like, oh, it's a temple or whatever. Like I really like when it was Twilight Princess and they introduced that house, I was like, this is the coolest thing I think Zelda's done in a bit.
Yeah,
this is really cool. This is great.
Yeah,
I really
think
like this.
Twilight Princess is. I have a lot of personal attachment to that game, but if I was to take away Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, it would be my favorite Zelda.
Wow.
I mean, I'll tell you right now, that's the most memorable part of that game for me. Is that dungeon, and my favorite location in all of Zelda is probably the next iteration of that, and it's Breath of the Wild, and it's Eventide Island. Eventide Island is very much it's like a secret dungeon. Like that to me was that I've still not topped that. That is still my absolute favorite moment.
No,
nothing in Tears of the Kingdom beat that.
No.
Nothing in Tears of the Kingdom beat the exploration and discovery in general. That was Breath of the Wild. And I still think some of my favorite gaming experiences were in Breath of the Wild, discovering new areas, discovering new things.
It definitely gets a big bump because of how fresh that was. 100%.
Yeah. So if look, they could do it again, right? And do a totally different, not even Hyrule, go somewhere else. And you'll still capture a lot of that for me, but you still won't get the very first time going around in Breath of the Wild, discovering new things, new items, new enemies, things that I did not, didn't know was going to happen, didn't expect was going to happen, and it did. So,
I agree.
mhm.
Man, it's gonna be what years? What do we think? 2029?
2020. Oh, I was gonna say 2028, but
I
okay.
mean, if it's another 6 years, it'll be 2029.
Maybe we
Yeah.
just
I think they'll crank it out faster.
Yeah, you
I
think
do.
so?
I think that
well, I mean, they would they be would it is it so crazy to say why don't you just do Termina and like just completely do a huge Termina? Like do that. Do Clocktown
well, are they
and do the
also are
surrounding
they
areas.
also
It's
incorporating
more
that
likely that they would
mechanic?
have. I think it's more likely, Alex, you'd have another team go and make a Majora's style game like that
Yeah,
versus having the A team go and do,
Mhm.
kind of like we're still getting 2D stuff. Like they still have second teams for everything.
If they could build something that was, I don't know, maybe you just make it smaller but more densely packed, and hopefully like that'll like
Yeah. You
cut
want like
down.
a Chode Zelda.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because there's, I mean, I want them in a way to kind of bring it back to basics, so it isn't like, okay, you can build everything. I don't think there's any way to necessarily go, and they've even said in interviews like the whole reason why the next game will not just be the third one of this is because they don't know where to even take the
Yeah,
mechanics beyond what.
right.
Yeah.
This has run its course. This is
Yeah.
done. Shut this down. This is run its course.
Exploration's not going away, but they will have a
No,
new
the exploration,
form
but like
of
the
it, but
putting the things together and then using that the ability to go through things. The ability to go through things was cool, right?
yeah,
But it kind of broke Zelda a
sure.
little bit. The core concept
Next
of
time
Zelda.
we're going to be able to go through things forward in
Right.
front of us, but not above and below.
Just
you
walk
know?
through the map.
Right.
You don't need to bomb that wall. You just gotta go
Just
right
go through
through
it.
it.
Yeah. Don't need to get a key to the door. Just go through the door.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I'll just knock out the third of these games because I played
Oh, yeah.
all three of them.
Oh, that's right,
NES
yeah.
oh,
World
NES,
Championships.
right? Yes, NES.
Boys.
How could this be bad?
I've been excited about this game, but not
Yeah.
nearly as excited as Alex. And I
Mhm.
don't know why. Like, I don't know
Well,
why.
because the reason is because I feel like they're quick hits. Like the levels are quick, and I know the competitive spirit that Chris and I have. I know Tom will get in a little bit, but then Tom will taper off probably and go play something else.
I feel like
But
I'm excited
like-
for Tom to slowly, like, Tom's going to be getting more and more competitive with these challenges, I think,
Yeah,
over
I
time,
guess, but
because
what
you're
I'm
just not
saying
going to want to
is-
lose that many times. You
yeah,
know?
but what I mean is, even forget the challenges. Like if I'm doing a level, I'm of course going to send, or you're going to be able to see, or I'm going to send you my best score.
Yeah. So
And if
that, so,
I send it to you and you beat it, I'm going to be motivated to beat you.
so
I'm
that's the
going to
thing.
have
So
to
that
keep going. That's it.
I know this, right? I knew
Yeah.
this. I know
That's why
this.
I'm
I
excited. What's
still
the problem?
wasn't that. I was just kind of like, yeah, I'll get this game, but like, okay, like Alex seems really. I had way more fun playing that than I did with Flintlock or Dungeons of Hinterberg, and I ended up playing that for like an hour. I basically I cleared all of the first two missions for each game. So when you open it up, first of all, it's gonna be like, we're gonna like pick your like nickname thing, and like you pick oh, my
You
internet
froze for
connection is
us.
unstable.
I mean, that was the first time you froze since the beginning, so I think
Okay.
you should
Yeah.
be good.
So it walks you through a bunch of different scenarios. Like, what did I pick? I picked, I think, like NES generation for my title, and so like really corny stuff. Oh, we're frozen again.
Streaming right now. Him freezing.
No,
Yeah.
it's mine. It's on my side. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop the recording. And I'm gonna just restart the computer because
Okay. You start recording. Start recording.
I am now.
Okay. I brought up Acolyte because I was like, I want to talk about Acolyte, but Chris is gone. And Tuna was talking about how there's too many TV shows, and then I asked him about this new one that's coming out called Those About to Die, and I was thought he was going to be very enthusiastic because it's a show about Rome. It's a show, after I just watched The Gladiator, looked very much like Gladiator, and Tuna was just like not really enthused for it, and I was like pissed off. I, I was like, oh, I thought you'd be all over this, and he's like, nah, there's too many shows.
There's too many fucking shows. I'm showed out. I'm like exhausted. I'm like, there's too many shows on the list of shows I need to watch. There's not enough time in the day to watch all these shows. It's just,
let alone
it's too
play
much.
the games you want to play.
Make fucking movies again. Let's start making movies. Stop doing the TV shows. There's too many.
I agree. I actually think.
Well, that's what I brought up,
outside of like
shows.
this first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, everything else, and maybe Loki as well. Loki and Mandalorian, everything else would have probably been, and WandaVision. So like they've made 4 TV shows that should have been TV shows, and everything else would have been better as a movie.
Yeah, because that's what I was telling Tuna, because he was like, oh, should I watch it? And I was like,
you know what's funny?
Really get good.
No, I think you should. I think you should watch it.
Even I will say this: I love the Bear. Like I love the Bear, and I even loved the new season. However, when I really look back on it, right, and I really think about what they did this season with the Bear, they could have totally made a movie. They really did stretch it out for the episode count. And I'm like, you totally could have made this movie, and it would have worked. It would have been a pretty good movie. But like, I'm so TV show like, it's just too much.
The good news though, The Acolyte, like a lot of the Disney shows, and this is why I feel like far more than a lot of the other things, it should be a movie and not a show. The episodes are 30 minutes. They're like 30. Like I think the longest one is like a 40-minute episode, and there's only 8.
The longest
like,
one, yeah.
It altogether, it's shorter than like the Lord of the Rings extended edition movies, so like it basically is. So like, at least with the Disney stuff, it's not that hard to catch up. You just need 2 sittings. You just need 2 sittings, and at most it's 2-hour movie, so like, it's actually like you could just breeze through the fucking Acolyte like nothing without any spoilers.
Finale was very, very good. My favorite episode.
I think everything outside of the first, like really, to me, if they had just cut episodes 1 and 2 into like, if 1 and 2 were actually just one episode, what the? How did I?
That is Zoom. It's
you
Zoom.
Didn't mean to have that happen.
How did I do that?
You did like
Wait, isn't it? Yeah.
It just depends. It just depends. Oh yeah, there you go.
I don't know what's going on. But dude, man, ever since episode 5, probably one of the greatest sequences of lightsaber fights I've ever seen.
I thought this lightsaber fight in the finale was
one of the best. One of the best.
A top 3 lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
Nothing more to say
what?
there.
Ended up not being predictable in some ways, and ended up being really awesome. Like I'm
like
very
the ultimate resolution.
I'm very excited by like what they ended up doing with this. It is not like what I would have guessed.
No, I don't think
anyone
expected. I don't think anyone, and I think that might have been part of the problem with it. But I'll say I do think it gets good in the middle for sure, but it loses steam right before the finale. I thought that the other flash. I loved that. I
thought that shit was fucking.
I knew
good.
he was gonna. I knew he was gonna.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff in there, and it's certainly better than the first flashback episode we got of the season. But I was so committed to the new reveal with the characters and like being in that time and like forging forward that story, and it takes a whole episode to jump back to. Yeah. What? There's no fucking spoilers here. Christ.
We're getting close.
First off, you don't even want to watch it. So... Alex, it's pretty cool. There's some pretty cool
I know, but you know what
stuff.
it is? You know what it is? They're not giving us, I feel like I'm not getting any time to breathe. Right? Like I feel like between the Star Wars stuff. I feel like there's a lot of Star Wars stuff. There's always Star Wars.
It's been a lot slower recently.
What was the last Star Wars thing?
I think we're just getting this year. Like that's it.
Oh
no, we're getting the other thing, which I'm actually also
the skeleton crew thing.
Dude, I'm really excited for that.
I think that's meant to be around like Christmas though, so there's a lot of time.
Yeah,
They're
like
definitely going slower. Disney is definitely going slower on the releasing of both their Star Wars
Skeleton
content
Crew.
and their.
I'm so like I love TV, and for me to say that we're at a point for me where it's like I can't keep up is sad.
It's sad.
All right, let's move on. What's the next?
So
what
real
do we
quick,
got?
NES Championship, great.
Oh, yeah.
So great.
I'm
Can't
surprised that
wait.
you're surprised that I'm excited for it, considering our
No, I'm
competitive
not.
nature.
I'm more surprised by how much I'm loving it because I wasn't that excited. You were really excited.
Oh,
I knew you were really
yeah,
excited. I didn't
yeah,
really
yeah.
get why you were that excited. And now that I'm playing it, I'm like, fuck, this is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, can't wait. Next.
Anyone got anything else? Because I have off-topic stuff.
No, I got nothing. I literally worked all week, so
That sucks.
yeah, I got. Yeah, what do you got? What's off topic? What do we got?
All right,
What do you-
well, let's just stay. I'm gonna tell you about Sunday first, and then I'll do Saturday because
Sunday.
we're talking about Star Wars. I went to Disney. Tom and I had an amazing Disney day. It was
you guys
really
talked
like
about it like it was the day of your lives.
it was. I mean, how often do you just spend like an entire day just having a good time? You know, like
It's
just
rare.
laughing the
rare.
whole like that was a
Yeah.
brilliant day.
There was nothing either of us had to worry about or do
No,
right.
or think
Right.
about. We were so in the moment. Like even just
great.
having that bliss of like the world has melted away. There is nothing that even exists outside this fucking park for the next
Yeah.
6 to 8 hours. Even that was like heaven. And then
It's
it was
true.
like, and you get to leave here with a lightsaber.
Hell yeah. Tom, the
Anyway.
only way it could have been better is if we had more time because we got there at like 4:00. Like, you know, like we had a late
Yeah.
day and we still managed to do a lot. Sunday, Teresa and I were originally going to go and then she had to travel. So I said, well, I'm going to cancel your ticket, but I'm still going. And I went solo. And I got to tell you, these solo Disney Han Solo. These solo Disney trips are I've got it down to like a science now. It took me basically just over 5 hours. I got into the park at 8:15. In just over 5 hours, I went on every single ride I wanted to go on, which is basically almost every single like main ride. I walked in, the first thing I did, I got my Genie Plus. I booked Indiana Jones because that one books like the fastest. So I got like a 10:15 time for that. And then I beelined it over to Star Tours and Space Mountain. Boom, boom. Did those. Because Space Mountain's going to go down for like refurbishment and stuff for like a month or so. So it's not going to be up for very long. Then it's not even like it's like 8:45 at this point at latest. It's just like right on, right off. Went
PM
over
or AM?
AM.
Oh,
and it was
okay.
great because even though it hit 85 degrees that day by like 11 o'clock, like it was hot that day. It was 68 degrees when I got there and cloudy. It was actually raining a little bit that morning. So it was like pretty empty. So we went straight over to the Galaxy's Edge area. I got a breakfast sandwich, which was great. And I went on the Millennium Falcon and I picked up new lightsaber.
Hell yeah. What are we? Yeah.
Very nice. Kylo
Ren.
So where are these sabers going?
So right now I'm keeping the ones that I have in cases and then those are on the wall. But once I have the 10 that I specifically want, I found a person on Etsy who makes those like light panels that like are in Star Wars, the very classic like long ovals with like white behind them and it's like black or steel.
Yeah.
I found someone who makes big sections of them. I'm going to get one the size of behind my couch, and then I'm going to put mounts on them, and I'm going to have like a big Star Wars wall mount with all the hilts on it. I'm just going to wait till I have all the sabers first or at least a few more, because right now it would be just for the 5 that I have, it would be pretty sparse looking. It'll look like really nice when I have them all set up correctly. But I already found like the thing to do so that I could figure that out. Cause Teresa was like, well, where are you going to put them? So I was like, all right, I guess I need to figure that out.
Been there.
And I also picked up a plushie of Grogu. I picked up Sabak because I didn't have Sabak. So you could play Sabak, which is the card game that Han Solo won the Millennium Falcon from
it's actually I don't know if you ever played it before.
I haven't.
It's actually very fun.
That's what I heard. So I would like when
really
I saw
fun.
it, I was like, oh, you know what? I should just get this.
Last weekend we got to play it. We spent hours playing Sabak one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, I'll bring it. Bring it to him last weekend.
Unless
you have it, then yeah, okay. Do you remember the cantina? How they had the really cool coasters?
Yeah,
they had the what coasters?
They have coasters. They have cool designs on them. They actually sell like wooden ones. So I picked up these. I have a bunch of the ones. I don't know. I guess you're not supposed to take them, but I do. We have a bunch upstairs. But then I never want to use them because they're like thin. Like they're gonna get real fucked up if I use them. And when I bought these, the lady was like, "Oh, you're gonna purchase these? Our travelers like to take them, like to take them, even though they're not supposed to from the bar." Which I did again when I went to the bar.
Oh yeah.
So I hit up the bar, then I took an edible, and went right over Indiana Jones.
Hell yeah.
Got him Indiana Jones. Got out. Thunder Mountain, Star Tours, Incredicoaster, Guardians of the Galaxy drop, Radiator Springs Racers, come back in Pirates of the Caribbean, and then ended the day on Rise of Resistance. Picked up my lightsaber, got out of there at 1:15.
1:15?
1:15.
You went over to California Adventure and came back, and you were stunned by 1:15. That is... I mean, I'm not even the biggest Disney person, but I know that is efficient. Holy crap.
Unbelievable. The thing is that would make it tougher to do it with 2 people.
He literally didn't wait. He must have literally not waited for a single thing.
The only 2 rides I had to wait for, everything else I was able to do through like a fast pass, were Star Tours. Actually, it was Star Tours, Millennium Falcon, and which
Millennium Falcon had a way interesting.
Well, but I didn't do a fast pass, so I did single rider. So I was basically right on. Star Tours 5-minute wait, so it's basically right on.
Oh, okay. So a 5-minute wait.
Those were the weights I had. I didn't have a wait long. It was unreal. I did 9 miles, and here's the thing. It was fucking hot. And it was a rare humid day in Los Angeles, although this was Anaheim, so it's technically Orange County. I had the personal AC on, and I got to tell you, while I was hot, I walked 9 miles, and I wasn't I was only a little sweaty. I was just a little sweaty. And I was able to keep cool. In fact, it got so cold that there were several times where I turned the cool function off and just had the fan run, or I would just take it off for a little bit because it felt like, it felt like I had an ice pack. If you have it on the loudest setting, but also when you're in the crowds and stuff there, it's not really it's any louder than that.
Sure.
That thing, man, it worked great. And it does rapid charging. So I would get off a ride. I would go to get on a ride. And once I was close to getting on the ride, I would take it off. I got a big fanny pack to put it in so that I could actually just take it off and I have to hold it. And I plug it into the battery pack in the fanny pack. I never got below 60% battery because I would just take it off before I got on the ride, put it back on 10 minutes later. Every time it was juicing up a good 5-10%. And then I'd use it and then just juice it again. Couldn't believe it.
Juice it.
I did not think it would get me through the day, and I didn't even managed to wear the battery thin. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going to show you this lightsaber because that's what I do. So on Sunday, speaking of Star Wars, we went and saw the John Williams concert, and God, it's such a magical experience. We were so fucking close. We were so close. I bought this hat when I was there so that I could be
Yep. With the cane.
Yep.
And it was great
very
because
nice.
Therese was dressed as Dr. Elliot Sattler,
Right.
which is
She,
Laura
which,
Dern's character.
She doesn't bang Richard Attenborough.
No, she doesn't. However, maybe a younger Richard. You know, there's some flirting going on in that scene where they're eating the ice cream. You know, she's looking at him. She's licking that spoon.
Oh wow,
She's
You
licking
know?
the spoon.
licking the spoon.
He's sweet talked himself from running a flea circus into being a billionaire with a dinosaur park. He could sweet talk himself into Laura Dern if he was trying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So we went there. I felt bad because Therese put her outfit together. Like, she had a great outfit and people recognized it, but people were coming up to me and being like, this is amazing. Like, I got stopped so many times.
Literally just wearing like a white shirt, the hat, and
I
the
mean,
thing.
it's recognizable though.
I mean, you got the cane.
You got the
I almost
cane, the
didn't do it because I was
70s,
like, do I want to be the old guy? And I was like, actually, yes, I do.
That's great.
Yeah, because of the cane.
You rocked it. Like you really did you both pulled off the different looks.
Here's
Slater,
the thing, though. They
I was
didn't
gonna
play
say-
the Jurassic Park music.
No way. That's crazy.
So we're both there in like front seats, like very close
Yeah.
in a box,
Yeah,
dressed like Jurassic Park. Didn't play Jurassic Park music.
didn't play it. Well, you know, yeah.
That's awesome. Slater in the chat says, I remember going to the movies solo for the first time and it tasted like true freedom.
I loved it.
I imagine going solo to Disney for the first time is similar. I love going to the movies solo.
Going to the movies
When I
by
had
myself,
Movie
I saw
Pass,
oh, so great.
when I had Movie Pass and was single, I was going to movies left and right.
Mhm.
Left
Yeah,
and
but
fucking right.
now your partner falls asleep while you watch movies. So what's the difference?
Well, we will talk about that at an undisclosed future date. But we did go see a movie that Brooke fell asleep at. That's
Mhm.
very cool. You need to get the crackling.
Notice, Tom, how I didn't
Right.
notice how I kept it anonymous.
I know
as
you
to
did.
what went on. Yeah. Okay, I thought you were trying to call me out for.
No.
Okay.
I just was like, we're not going any further with this.
Yeah. But
Keep it in the back of your mind, and then
Yeah.
sometime maybe next month we'll talk
Right.
about it. Wait,
Sure,
so Chris,
sure.
is that changing color? Is that what I'm saying?
I'm trying to change the blade color.
Is that
'cause I have
the
my
fancy
special
one?
blade on
Oh,
it.
gotcha. Oh, it has the crackling.
It's just so
it's
hard
tough
to
to
pick
see.
up
Can't
on
hear it.
the...
You're supposed to hear. I can't hear it.
No, I'm
I
trying
can
to
see
get
the
you to see it.
reflection. I can see the reflection. It's like crackling.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it would work better if I actually had the lights on in here. Yeah, it's just so hard to pick up on camera.
Yeah.
But basically,
yeah.
the blade is like it's supposed to be like the this kind of wild blade that he has.
Mhm. Oh, right.
Slater's in the chat.
He is.
All right. Well, then I've got two other things to say. First of all, Slater requested that I do a tier of all the stupid shit that I've bought off of the internet.
Mm.
I'm gonna try and put that together this week. I think that's a great idea. So for the next episode, I'm gonna go back to like around pandemic time, and I'm gonna try and find all the things that I had bought. Like I bought the stupid snack fucking chopsticks that you put on your fingers, and I like all the dumb things I've gotten.
Just an unsnacked update.
Oh,
So the final boss, the sour one, right?
yeah.
So Brittany got me the one that was the blueberries, the cranberries, and the strawberries. The blueberries are insanely sour.
Oh, really?
Like one of the most sour things I've ever had.
Mm.
So if you can get your hands on the blueberry version,
Okay.
way more sour than the strawberry.
Okay.
So
all right,
holy fuck.
I'm ready because I finished that box of strawberries. They were very good.
Yeah.
And they were varying in sourness. It felt like it never
Interesting.
got really sour for me. But
well, then when I see you,
all
I'll
right,
bring you
blueberries.
I'll bring you these
Oh
blueberries.
yeah.
'Cause the blueberries are
wicked.
ridiculous.
That's
Blueberries are ridiculously sour.
This weekend.
So we still have a lot to do.
I know.
Yeah.
I have two stupid products. I promised him that because he
Yeah.
really thought the neck AC was dumb. This one's not dumb. I've seen it on TikTok a million times, and as someone with a bad neck, I'm willing to try anything. I got to tell you, I just used it today for the first time. And this neck
The hell
pillow,
is that?
so you lay down on it. If you
What the fuck?
so you lay down on it and
Are you
it
sure it's not
holds
like
your
a
neck
prop
up.
for like a mini Hawaiian
Yeah.
beach landscape or
Yeah,
something?
just
No. So you lay here, right? And then it basically, this is like really firm and it stretches your neck. My neck's been bothering me for like a week, and doing my normal neck stretches. And also I even use the AC fan thing instead of like a cooling pack because it gets like ice cold. That helps, but only temporarily. This thing, dude, I'd laid on it for 10 minutes, and for the next hour or two, I had like no pain in my neck. It was amazing.
Okay.
show us the next thing. I have a comment, but show us the next thing.
Okay, well, so the next thing is the craziest thing.
Hawaiian
go
roller
off camera.
coaster
Where the
ride.
Which this is going to be a better surprise for Slater than for you guys, but you know, when you're out at the pool or you're out on a hot sunny day and you can't see the screen on your phone because it's just the screens just aren't bright enough, right? Or if it's like really sunny and you're at the pool or the beach and it's like your phone's gonna overheat, what you need is a phone umbrella.
That is the most ridiculous thing. That is so ridiculous.
For viewers, it is literally an umbrella for his iPhone. It has basically at the base of it, it's like a bendy pole, like the pole of the umbrella is bendy.
Control, stupid.
And then it has the MagSafe.
I can't believe it even has
attachment on the back, and then it has a pop socket.
Yeah, but it even has the strip of fabric hanging off. Stupid.
So he
hanging
can
off
wind
so
it
that
up.
he can wind it up.
So
and
you know.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Listen, we were at the pool.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
It was amazing. Teresa, I'm looking over. Teresa's like this, trying to read in her phone, not taking her umbrella out that I got her. She's trying to read her phone. Meanwhile, I've got my phone. No problem. Didn't even have to have the brightness all the way up.
That's amazing. The fact that you got her an umbrella and you're like, well, you don't use an umbrella that I got you. I mean, it's just like, that's amazing.
Oh, when I bought her umbrella, I was like, this is never going on her phone, but I'm getting it.
That is amazing.
I got two comments now after the umbrella. I got two comments on this.
Mm.
Firstly, regarding the umbrella specifically, but the other products that Chris has bought in the umbrain of the is in the vein of the umbrella.
Mm.
I love that Chris, anytime he runs into even a minor hiccup in his daily existence of being human, anything, it's like, I have to find a product that can immediately remedy this situation. Like,
yeah.
So there's that, and then the other thing is Chris might have this compulsive like behavior of being like, I need to buy this thing to get this. I wonder if his body is doing something to him where it's like, we need the serotonin of having the thing.
Oh yeah,
that his body is like, oh, my neck, oh, like I need to get a thing for my neck, oh, my back, I need to get this thing for my back, oh, my ribs hurt, I need a rib massage.
No. The MRIs have made that part diagnosable. Yeah,
the MRIs.
No, I have degenerative disc disease, so that is. But I definitely have very low impulse control and have not been medicated for ADHD basically since the pandemic. So that is why when I see an ad on Instagram, if it's under $20 and I'm interested, I'm buying.
If I'm interested, it's under $20.
If I'm interested, I'm buying. I love it.
That's great.
I mean, the umbrella thing, when you show it, I was like, fuck, that's pretty. I mean, if Therese doesn't end up using that, bring it, lads, we can. I'll take it off. I will absolutely use that.
I remember I tricked you guys too before I showed it to you, so that like I basically got you guys to agree to the fact that like it's a problem that we can't see our phones in the sun. And then I was like, well, not anymore.
Well, now you can know.
Set you. I really wanted to hold back from showing it to you, but Therese was having none of it. I was like trying to. She was like, Teresa didn't even want to sit next to me when I had the umbrella on my phone. She was like, "You look so fucking stupid." Oh, it's great though. I love it. All right. Hey, we're gonna
got shit to do. So.
Yep, we do.
Halo's canceled.
Yeah, I mean, shocker.
The TV
Shocker.
show.
Yeah,
Speaking of
And
TV
maybe
shows, that
the
should have been
games.
movies.
For the time will
and maybe the
tell.
games. Yeah, never play Halo again.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been canceled at Paramount. Supposedly,
Someone
the
saw Master
show...
Chief wearing a pillow on his ear, and now they're canceled.
Nice.
And then a tiny pillow. Showrunner supposedly going to try and shop it around. I don't think it's going to get picked up.
Did
It
either you
requires...
finish season 2?
No.
Can I spoil you?
Don't. Yeah, I don't care.
Can I, Tom? If you want to take your headphones
Yeah,
off.
no. Yeah, go ahead. Spoilers for the...
All right, yeah, spoilers. Skip ahead a minute. We're not
Especially
going to
'cause
talk
it's
about
not
this long.
finishing. Like
They introduce it in the second half of this, like the Arbiter's character, and then they land on the Halo. McKee, that stupid character they made up, the Arbiter, and Master Chief kills the Arbiter.
What?
He kills the Arbiter.
Great.
And the Arbiter is just a
Why?
villain. He's just a bad guy. He's not.
So
Like,
way
that
to like
was-
not
Wow.
understand the material at all. I don't.
So they land on the Halo. They get on the Halo in the finale,
Yeah.
fight. Arbiter dies, and that's it. Now he's on the Halo.
Okay.
You know, I have
Oh, boy.
defended the show in the past for making creative decisions that are different from the games and been like, I actually think they're doing something interesting. However, one of the only really actually interesting story decisions that the Halo original trilogy makes that doesn't feel like a generic like sci-fi thing is the Arbiter and
Yep.
his relationship with Chief and that dynamic. Like that's why I think like Halo 2 is probably my favorite of the three. So I mean, granted, maybe they can make something interesting out of that, but that is a feels like they would have shot themselves in the foot.
Yep.
Granted, we're never going to see where any of this goes, but like the most interesting thing about the original Halo story was that the Arbiter was this turncoat, well, so there you go. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll see it. I also, I was also thinking, I was like, how much does Microsoft really want to like put money and energy into this? They're not. It would be one thing if Halo was this really big, successful brand. Maybe also the show would be in a different place if Halo
You mean
was
like it was like when it was a really successful brand? Like
It should
15
just been
years ago?
movies. It should just be 3 movies. Why is it not just
Unreal.
3 movies?
Yeah, but I wonder if the juice is even there for that.
Dude,
to
it's there
have
if they made them like
succeeded.
movies.
Good, yeah, maybe potentially.
They should just be fucking action movies. Like I don't get it. Yeah,
Show sucked. The show sucked.
They did so many egregious things in that show that anything that anyone tries next, people will be fine with. Like they don't have to worry about anything now. Like if they attempt another live action Halo, it's kind of like, well, we've already done Chief with his helmet off. People are used to it. In fact, we mostly had Chief with his helmet off. And there's another show where the guy never has his helmet off. Both work. Whatever you want to do, just do it. Don't even worry about it anymore. It's fine. Just don't make it shit.
Yeah, I wonder if because the only reason this show existed is because it was a project that got kicked down the can from like a decade ago, right at the tail end of Halo's popularity. That's the only reason it exists, is because it stems
but also
from then.
I think if you look at the story beats, if you zoom out like 1 through 3, there's like a pretty compelling, you could tell like a really interesting like space action trilogy there. And like there's so much like good visual iconography that it has, and like music and like it has all of the elements that you need to make a really good set of movies.
But I think you would have to go above and beyond to make them quality that they stood up on its own. It's not something that you can kind of half-ass.
Yeah, no, you
just
can't.
hope that fans come, because the fans are not going to come to that. You have to garner a new audience, an audience that is interested in good sci-fi storytelling, which we know from successes like Dune is there. You can make it a really good sci-fi movie. So, but they're never going to do that. I just don't think that's going to happen. I think also Microsoft is probably interested in tapping into its now much larger repertoire of IP.
Yeah.
Because they have all this IP now. And so I would say, I mean, you know, a Call of Duty show or movie would do crazy sales numbers. They're probably more interested in something like that, or a Diablo animated series, or you know, maybe do Warcraft again. A movie that is more fun. That 2016 Warcraft movie is more fun than it should be. It's still not great. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, it's a shame that it all ended up like this, man. If you'd gone back a decade ago, open up a portal, go back a decade and say, hey, you know that Steven Spielberg Halo, I think they announced it as a movie at that Xbox One thing. That ended up being a TV show. All this stuff happens. Also, Trump was president, and now people are wearing little pillows on their ears because he got shot in the ear. And you know, so yeah, that's my two
There we go.
cents on that one.
There it is.
All right. What else we got?
The only other thing I can find for this week, pretty light news week, is another little blow for Xbox as well. So we talked last week about the pricing on the new tiers of Game Pass and all of that. The FTC is not a fan of what Microsoft has pulled off, especially so close to the acquisition when they promised they wouldn't be naughty, basically. They were like, please sell us this company. Let us buy this company for $70 billion. We promise we won't be naughty. The FTC has basically filed in the Court of Appeals that I'm just going to read this out so we have all the legal jargon. The Federal Trade Commission has blasted Microsoft. This is from Tom Warren at The Verge. Federal Trade Commission has blasted Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass price increases in a filing to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Ninth Circuit. Microsoft revealed last week that it's increasing PC Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate prices and planning to launch a new Game Pass standard tier soon without day one access to first-party Xbox games. The FTC calls this new Game Pass standard tier a degraded product because new Game Pass users won't be able to sign up to the $10.99 Game Pass for console, which did include day one game access. Instead, Xbox Game Pass standard will be priced at $14.99 and won't include day one games, but will include online multiplayer. In the filing, it says Microsoft's price increases and product degradation, combined with Microsoft's reduced investments in outputting product quality via employee layoffs, are the hallmarks of a firm exercising market power post-merger, says FTC in a filing today. Product degradation, removing the most valuable games from Microsoft's new service, combined with price increases for existing users, is exactly the sort of consumer harm from the merger the FTC has alleged. So...
Damn.
You know, I'm going to put it out there. Look, we're in the middle of this whole political thing. This fucking FTC is, I mean, more on it than it's ever been for any of this shit. Because much...
they've never had more power.
Right, exactly. So we've got... So I was curious, Tuna, what do you make of this legally? How are you feeling?
You know what? Because of other things that have gone on, and that deal with federal agencies, I'm actually not going to say anything.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Fair enough.
just in case.
Well, here's my legal advice.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that they're actually kind of saying, hey, you promised you wouldn't pull shit like this when you bought Activision, and they're actually following up with it. Hopefully this results in either that Game Pass for console tier existing or maybe not a price. I don't know where this is going to go, but hopefully this kind of price gouging, we actually get like a kind of a stop put to it.
I don't think it's going to do anything for them. I think Xbox as a brand is in a lot of trouble. I don't think it's going to help them. I think they're going to lose more subscribers than they're going to make money.
I agree. I completely agree, honestly.
I mean, yeah. I'm already thinking, why would I pay that much money when I don't play that many right out the gate? right away.
Yeah, you
Or
guys never
throttle
even
it.
got around to playing Starfield. You know,
Yeah.
like
Well, I
Or
didn't get it for
throttle
Starfield,
or like,
though.
or like only get it for
Sure.
a certain amount of time and then bring it back down. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
probably what'll end up happening.
Well, that's why I renewed while it was cheap.
Mm-hmm.
well, hopefully they don't pull shit like Adobe, where Adobe is now saying, "Hey, if you cancel your plan within a certain time frame, there's a cancellation fee," and they've been pulling this shit on customers.
Well, that's not what they're doing. What they're doing
Adobe?
is so you could buy Adobe yearly upfront, monthly, annually, or monthly. Monthly, annually, you're committing to paying the full annual subscription, but you're getting the reduced. Okay. Let's
No,
say
I understand what you're
let's
saying,
say it's $10 a month, right?
Yeah.
So it should be $120 a year, but you could just buy it for $100 if you commit to the whole year, and you can also break that up by month. So then you're paying like $8 a month, and the people who then go to cancel that one are still on the hook for paying the rest of the year they committed to paying.
Sure.
That's what they're doing. That's what they're getting in trouble for.
I was
Mm.
under the assumption
So they go to cancel
that...
and they're like, well, you still have 5
Right.
months left to pay. And people are like, well,
Yeah.
I'm paying monthly. They're like, no, you're paying monthly annually is
Right.
what you signed up for.
Right.
So
I
that's
was
what's
under the
happening.
impression that because I found out I was accidentally paying for like Adobe stock
Yeah.
on my personal account. I must have signed up for it at some point, and maybe I had signed up with the annual thing, but I usually don't.
Yeah.
So I'd be surprised if I did that, but I did get like a $70 charge when I canceled. Maybe I did sign up for the monthly annually thing, but regardless, I mean, you know, the other thing is like everything is a subscription now. Like Adobe used to be this thing.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
You know,
You can't own anything anymore.
Yeah, and so yeah, I don't tough. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. I mean,
The Luddites are going to make a comeback. We're going to destroy this terrible system they're making.
Well, you know, it's well, I don't want to necessarily get into that.
Yeah,
That's a whole
either
fucking
do
can
I.
of worms. But like, I'm not a Luddite. I'm absolutely not a Luddite. But
No, being a Luddite is a good thing, dude. The Luddites, you got to go look up the history of the Luddites. They basically showed up when the printing press and like when these other machines showed up and they were sort of replacing workers, and they said, the fuck you are. And they went in and fucking destroyed the machines. They said, oh, you think you're going to kick us out of our jobs and you're going to leave us on the hook? Yeah, good luck with that. And now, oh, those machines that you replace hundreds of workers with aren't working. Guess you got to pay us again. Hire
sure,
us to
I
do the
mean,
work.
look,
That's what's going to happen.
I am 100% for. I mean, there definitely needs to be some walk back. You know how I am for fucking
Viva la
how I am on
revolution.
labor rights. But I'm just speaking from like a technological, like an end to all technological advancement. Like, obviously not there with that, but I mean, what has happened? Our technology has absolutely gotten worse, and we're paying more money for it.
Yep.
Like that for like the most part. The only thing was maybe
everything
my iPhone,
is like
but
that.
even
Everything.
then,
Food is
has
worse.
bullshit. Yep. Food is worse.
Water is worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything is worse.
Yeah.
Make America great.
Not to do we want to move on to stuff?
Yeah.
10:45.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Alex.
Oh, it's on me, huh? Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. You got to relinquish control.
Totally ready. He was.
You got to relinquish control to me. This is huge.
So Alex lost his
huge.
challenge for the first time. And he broke the seal. The seal is broken now. So now
Yeah,
you're in the losers group. So he has to do a presentation. So I gave Alex a presentation.
Yeah.
Tom doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alex, I just want to ask, am I going to be happy with the way you fulfilled this?
I think so. I think so.
Great.
Fuck me.
Am I going to be happy
Right.
with the way you fulfilled this?
I'll be honest, I've just been trying to figure out how to relinquish sharing with this new All right, I'm gonna do that. Multiple participant. Can you share now? Can you try?
Please hold.
They changed the menu and There
Oh yeah,
used
Zoom is
to
a
be a
little
different button, and now I don't know where it
Where's-
is.
Where's the share? Oh, here it is.
Technology is
Start
getting
sharing
worse, and you're
screen will
paying
stop.
more for it.
It's gonna stop your thing.
That's okay.
All right. Are we good here?
Oh, do you see it, Tom?
Yeah, I see it, and it's amazing that you made him do this. What a rabbit hole to force Tuna to go down. What are we learning about today, Tuna?
So we're learning about Skibidi Toilet. Okay.
Yeah.
Tuna Productions presentation. Produced begrudgingly because I lost the challenge, which will never fucking happen again.
Ah!
All right. So the task. The
Oh.
task was from Chris,
Okay.
the man featured here in blurred vision. And this is the text I got. You can have an extra week for it. I want a real presentation on Skibidi Toilet, the Gen Alpha phenomenon.
I didn't even know it was Gen Alpha. I didn't know we went that.
Gen
I
Alpha.
want to
they're
learn about the
raised on it.
series. I want to
I was
learn about
born
the
in it.
series. Chris, do you
Born in
approve
the
of this
toilet.
picture? Do you approve of this picture? Is this fine?
Yeah, it's a decade old almost at this point, but sure.
Well, when I Googled
I haven't
Christian
updated it
Humes,
on anything.
when I Googled Christian Humes, this is one of the first images that popped up. I could have used another image,
Hey.
but there were a lot of images with you and Therese. I didn't want to blast Therese in this presentation.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. So Gen Alpha. Okay.
Okay.
What is
Yeah,
it?
let's learn about him.
Let's learn. We need
The
to learn about Gen
Coronials.
Alpha.
I love the
You
fact
see
that
the-
Gen Alpha is all holding tablets and phones from the year
Oh,
2013.
God, it's so scary. It's so scary looking.
That's Gen Alpha right there, baby. They are the successors to Gen Z. Are you familiar with Gen Z?
We are.
Okay, good. So the Gen Alpha's they're born in the early 2010s, right?
Yep.
They're the children of those asshole millennials, right? And they're increasingly dominated by electronic technology, okay? Social networks and streaming services. Really, anything that's not TV related, because they don't really watch TV too much, they watch YouTube. And if you've seen my kid knows how to use the iPad, the iPhone, and all that stuff, and just wants to watch TV all day. Well, videos all day. So here's Gen Alpha. This is actually a pretty good represent. This will be my kid, the one on the right, very
Yeah.
soon. That will look just like my kid very soon.
Right.
All right.
Oh, Jesus.
So this is Skibidi. This is Skibidi Toilet. This is a rendition of a human head in a toilet. Okay. So it's a Machinima web series. Are you familiar with Machinima?
I love the fact that you put that in the presentation. I'm familiar with Machinima. I am familiar with Machinima. I can't.
What is it, Tom? What is it?
It basically is just a web video, right? That's what I always understood it as. No,
I mean, you tell Chris.
Well, like Red versus Blue. It's a video game. You use a video game to
Oh,
animate
gotcha,
and make
gotcha.
the movies.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Chris is more right than you, Tom. So Skibidi Toilet is an 11-second video that was made
Well, what's
by
Machinima then?
Well-
You said Chris was close, but
No, I mean he's right.
oh, he's right. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
You didn't
Anyway,
say it
so
that way.
Skibidi Toilet is an 11-second video that was made by some Russian, Alexei Germas. Actually, I think he's Georgian, which was uploaded in
say
2023
Russian.
to his YouTube channel, Da Fuck Boom. Okay. Are you familiar with this?
No, I mean,
I think there's a question mark in the fuck.
Da
There
Fuck
is. He's put it.
Boom.
There we go.
Oh, pronunciation.
Viral internet meme,
The fuck boom.
Gen Alpha's first foray into internet culture. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you what this video is. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a song. Okay, and you're zooming in on this toilet, and it's going skibidi whatever, and he's just going skibidi boop boop skibidi boop boop. All right, and he's just the head is spinning. We go in, and that's it. That's the whole fucking video. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Okay, how it was made. So this is some bullshit called Source Filmmaker. It's a free Valve
This is
published
some
3D computer
bullshit.
graphics software, often used to create and edit clips and movies online. Some assets used in the series are taken from video games such as Half-Life and Counter-Strike Source. So this is what he did, right? You get it?
Yeah.
I mean, yes,
Yeah.
I know
Okay,
what
so
source
he made it
is.
using this. Yeah, he put together, obviously puts together position X, Y, Z's, puts two things to primary, secondary views, clips it.
You learned nothing.
does what
No,
does what
no
he
way,
does.
dude. The fact that he knows
he's
that this
just
came from
saying
Counter-Strike and he
things.
used source.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. He
What
just
do you
listed things
mean?
he's literally seeing on the screen.
Well-
So position X, position Y.
Anyway, so the song that's in it is an unlicensed mashup of "Give It
Okay.
to Me" by those three people, and "Dom Dom Yes Yes"
Who are those three
by
people?
that man.
Who's the middle person in those three
that's
people?
Justin Timberlake,
Okay.
who was
This is
seeing
gonna
better
ruin the
days
world
back then,
tour.
This is gonna ruin the tour.
right? So then you've got Nelly Furtado and you got
Oh, that's
Timbaland.
Nelly Furtado.
What?
Yeah, dude, that's Nelly.
Wow, I haven't seen her in a
my
long time.
Yeah, and then you
God.
got "Dom Dom Yes Yes" by Bulgarian artist Bizer King, I guess. I don't know. So
Justin Timberlake looking. Was this after the DUI? Because he is looking ghostly in that. He's looking.
I don't know. I
Very pale.
just Googled "Give It to Me," which by the way, when I Googled that, first of all, when I was Googling Skibidi Toilet, I at first was like, oh shit, like, is this something I really shouldn't be Googling? And then also "Give It to Me" was another thing that when I Googled it, I was like, please let this just come up with a song and nothing else, which thankfully it did.
I mean, Dom Dom Yes Yes, you might run into a little
Yeah,
problem.
well,
Oh,
you
wait,
know,
because were you Googling this on your work computer?
Yeah.
Like when
So-
my grandma, when she was visiting, God rest her soul, when she was visiting, she wanted to go buy like a Philadelphia Eagles jersey for my cousin to take back home to him in England, and went to dicks.com.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always those funny jokes of, hey, you want to see a dick pic, and then you send them Dick Cheney. All right, so
Jesus, what a boring
Jared,
humor.
the creator of this fucking shit said that one of the inspirations, he shared this in a Forbes interview, was one of the inspiration for this whole thing was from reoccurring nightmares of toilets.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so just
You got a slide for that, or
so these are the Skibidi toilets. All
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
This is what happens. Okay. They're canonically led by the G toilet, the G man, and they are here to threaten humanity. What ended up happening, Thomas?
Yeah.
Okay. Is a ridiculous series was born.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's not
I'm
just
glad
one
you got
video
into
of
this, yeah.
Skibidi. It's not just one Skibidi.
no,
Right?
it's not.
It's multiple videos of Skibidi. All right. It's
Mhm.
Skibidi, Skibidi, like that is the video. Okay. And every next video he comes out with it's a series now. It's a conflict between the singing human head toilets.
Yep.
Skibidi, and the humanoids with CCTV cameras, speakers, and televisions in place of their heads.
Hmm.
So to counter the Skibidi toilets, the cameramen and speakermen form an alliance. Each kind has one member that is much larger, termed Titans. Toilet parasite infects the speaker Titan. I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay, I don't even
This is
know if I
great.
really want to.
No,
right?
it's great. It's
So
honestly
the
great.
Titans need to convene to defeat the leader G Toilet and then mastermind Scientist Toilet, but initially they are fooled by a decoy. All right, and you can see on screen we've got all the new Skibidi toilets and the new cameramen that have come out. We got one that's like a spider. I mean, look, I was gonna put the video in here, but I was like, nah, go online.
You know,
Experience it for yourself.
it's amazing because all that like studios in entertainment right now are doing is trying to mine IP, right? They just want to
Yeah.
mine that IP, not realizing that IP comes from a place of originality, and you have the birth of a some fantastic intellectual property here.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah, except it's only using assets from other things.
I
from other
know,
games.
fair enough. But
So
hey, look,
controversy. Here's the Skibidi. While the series does not appear on YouTube Kids, it still enjoys popularity among elementary school students. Why? Because the videos are fucking 10 seconds long. It is insane. There is no story here. It is just Skibidi
but it's
singing.
I mean, you just listed that there's a war between the cameramen and
but all it is, Thomas, is just first video, Skibidi one man in his toilet singing that song. Then the guy was like, oh crap, there's a lot of people watching this. Okay, and the next video is going to be 2 toilets. And the video after that is going to be a big toilet. And the video after that is going to be a toilet in water. And then the video after that is going to be a toilet head being chased by people with cameras. And I'm going to make up this story now. And then the next one is going to be them in Grand Theft Auto in the air. And the next one is going to be a group of toilets and a group of cameras. I mean, that's all it is, man.
You really went down the rabbit hole.
So some members of older generations have called the show brain rot, while other internet users argue Gen Z had their share of ridiculous memes as well. Okay, here's the other. Yeah. So Skibidi is now apparently a slang term in the Gen Alpha world. The slang was integrated into TikTok. I got to be honest with you. Like when I was like watching this thing made it into the Washington Post, who called it the biggest online phenomena of the year.
Yeah, it was last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Skibidi has been referenced on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert and with a parody animation depicting U.S. President Joe Biden as a Skibidi toilet dubbed Skibidi Biden. Okay?
I mean, if that's not going to get people out to vote,
Several parental websites and Indonesian newspapers claimed that Skibidi toilets violence and bizarre visuals may have a harmful effect on young children.
Oh my God, we're not still doing this shit again.
Pipe down. Dubbing it Skibidi Toilet Syndrome. All right, so there you go. Okay.
Never again. Thank you. Last slide. Well done.
So,
all right, there it is. There.
All right, you happy now with the Skibidi?
I am happy. Yes,
that was
happy with Skibs.
Exactly what I asked for. That was sincere,
you
thorough.
Exactly. Yep.
I mean, you really watched it. Like,
I did watch it.
Yeah, that was incredible.
I did watch it. I did.
That must have been enlightening for Alex to realize just how unhinged culture has become.
No, dude, it really was.
Yeah, but I also
no, it is.
I don't know.
It's a problem. We have a problem. The attention span. The attention span is really bad.
Tuna, we were watching and doing shit like this when we were.
No, we were not. I was not watching 10-second videos. What the fuck are you talking about?
But we were.
15 minutes.
Tuna, one of the most popular fucking TV shows in the 90s was called fucking America's Funniest Home Videos. And it was like a kid scared by a spider. And everyone's
there's a dad stepping on a rake, getting hit in the nuts.
Yeah,
little kid comes up to the dad, punches him in the nuts. Someone throws a ball, hits him in the nuts.
One of the most popular, and that was just TikTok
what was the theme
in a TV
it was like,
format.
It was like America, America, this is you.
That is it.
I'm telling you, this is not.
Chris, do you want the video?
It is only beyond the pale because we are old.
I think it's somewhere in between the two of you. I think Alex is Tom. I think things are a little fucking nuts.
I mean, culture is nuts for sure.
No, but the difference is, Tom,
toilet is
when we were kids, we didn't have unlimited access to this stuff. Sure. We had to generally watch things that we were allowed to watch, and only during dedicated periods of the day. Most kids weren't just allowed to sit in front of the TV and flip through the channels willy-nilly all day. These kids are just like fucking iPads up to their
teenagers,
face.
We had pretty consistent access.
Yeah, but we're talking about Gen Alpha. We're not talking
about
teens.
Also, no. When I was a teen, no, the internet was still slow when I was.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't really have the internet.
We didn't have. I mean, it didn't really pick up until like.
Well, actually, no. By the time we were teens, it did.
I would say mid high school. I was not on the computer all the time when I was a teenager.
But you also had a gateway.
Now, oh, give me a break. Anyway, challenge.
All right, how are we gonna do this? Let's just watch one video at a time.
I just sent you my minute clip.
Why I got to see why it hasn't appeared on my Xbox
here
app.
We go.
I don't know why it's on there, so let me go make sure that gets pushed and grab that clip for. Oh, so give me 1 minute.
How do you think Tom is planning on scoring this? Because it never actually came up.
Oh, did you not go over to full results?
What do you mean?
When the game ends, you can hit the bumper and it will go over to your full results.
And what does that show you?
Your points.
I mean, I didn't see anything on my screen that said point. Like, there was a thing for kills, there was a thing for captures, but there was no generic points.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens in your video. Maybe it is there, and maybe you're looking at the same thing, and we're just, I don't know.
Because it shouldn't just be kills; it should be all of those things combined.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be. I don't think it's kills at all. I mean, you'll see. I think it's just. I mean, we'll find out. Did you play Control?
Yeah, opponents defeated, zone advantage, power play, zones captured. Those are the 4 stats that I see.
So did you guys talk about this while I was?
All right. Well, now that you're back,
Yeah.
I was discussing with Alex, how do we score this? Because
Yeah,
I don't have a
so-
thing that says points anywhere. I have a thing that says like opponents defeat. When I went to full
Yeah.
results, I have opponents defeated, zone advantage, power play, and zones captured.
Yes. So I thought that Control had like a total point score because Iron Banner does. It just like has like you have 50 point, you have a certain amount of points. So this doesn't have a score. So what I was going to pitch to you guys.
But Alex says he has a score.
I
so
have
what
a
did you
score.
play, Alex?
I played Control.
Did you play ranked Control?
No, I just played Control.
What the fuck?
Wait, you had score?
I
One
have
of the
score. Yeah. I have
what does it say in the top left?
It says score, zones captured, zones neutralized, zone defense,
No,
zone
top,
offense.
very top left. It
Your
should see
team won the Crucible.
under the Crucible.
Mine says your team lost.
So what do you have, Tuna? What stats do you have?
I just told you.
Go ahead.
Score, zones captured, zones neutralized.
I didn't think about this
zone
till
defense,
now because
zone offense.
I saw my points and was like, well, I don't remember which one he said it is. So then I was like,
You must have played a different mode. That wasn't Control.
So wait,
I played Control. We played Control. I hit Control. Your team won zone Control.
Okay, so you have opponents defeated, right? That's an option for you.
No.
No.
Is there a way I can go back and see these results? Because I probably could go get it.
What do you mean?
Like, are these on Bungie.net or something?
Well, but I'm telling you, I think you played a different thing because the full results page, you're on the full results page at the end of the match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then it would be something different. Like the stats that it tracked are just not the stats that it should have tracked. So maybe we give this another week.
No.
What? Well, how do you
No
want to do
way.
this? How do you want to do this?
Let's look at Alex's video first. Let's look at Alex's video first.
All right.
Let's start with Alex.
Okay.
And just neither of us are going to comment on how he did, assuming that like he either won or didn't win. Like, let's just look at Alex's video and see if we can determine. I should have said, when I saw the points and the way they came up, Tom, I was thinking like, well, how are we just adding all of the point things together? Is that what we were going to do?
I was basically going to do that.
Yeah.
I was also going to take, because I also was like, oh, well, that's not taking into an account like the point, how your team did, like how you performed. So I was going to have it be like your team's overall points minus
your team's points shouldn't make it. Should just be what you scored, which would be your opponents defeated, your zone advantage, and your zones captured, right?
Yes, that was essentially what I was planning on making it, just adding those stats up. And then if you had a power play, I guess like that would give you a little boost as well. But that was essentially what I was planning on it being. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'm sure we can.
Let's take a look at Alex's video. Oh, Alex gonna be doing another Skibidi toilet.
Yeah, I'm not doing another Skibs. That ain't happening.
Are you still sharing by any chance?
No.
Interesting.
Oh.
I'm just trying to figure out how to share this one. So we'll watch this first. Here's Alex's clip.
Zone A, you have zone advantage.
I mean, he's definitely playing Control.
Yeah.
You're nearly there. Fight on and claim victory. 3 minutes. Hold strong.
What gun are you using
this
now?
battle is yours.
Silver.
Yeah, that's what I ended up using. Wait.
Zone A lost.
Yours?
I could not ask for a better victory.
I don't think my Quicksilver Storm is a strand gun, is it?
You're a wall
It is if you've done
around
the
those
thing.
zones.
Oh.
Take that iron will beyond the crucible.
Wait, yours ended at 112, not 150? Oh, Iron Will. Does that mean, are you playing... Like, what the fuck?
Oh, so he does have a full score.
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe he played ranked. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking.
Zone control on. Okay, so zone control is not the same as control.
As control, yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. Did you play this while Iron Banner was happening
I don't think
last
so.
week?
Maybe.
Before Tuesday?
Maybe.
Zone control is a variant of control that features 6v6 gameplay and the same capture points as the ladder mode. However, points are only earned by controlling zones and not with kills. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is what happened there. I didn't yeah. So I honestly like this is
Well, I
partly
think
on
Alex loses by
me.
default.
You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind.
I mean, you didn't do the challenge.
It's control. And I think this
Well,
was what
no,
you
you
were
did
going
zone
for
control.
anyway.
So do you want to do it simply by zones captured since
I mean,
we
I
all
can
have that
tell
stat?
you, I can tell you exactly what I got. I
What do
can
you
tell
mean?
you the number of kills because I can see it on destinytracker.com. I have the game.
Okay, so what we would need would be
How do you see
if-
that?
I went to destinytracker.com. Bud.
Do you have a zone advantage stat for that match?
Negative Ghost Rider.
Okay, so we could just add opponents defeated if you have that stat and zones captured and make those the two stats.
Okay.
Because that we all have those stats.
Yeah.
How do we feel about that?
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay,
Alright.
so we're gonna do zones captured plus opponents defeated.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So what
I think
was
zone
your...
advantage is that's fine for us, and I have.
Yeah, it's the least important score out of all three of
Okay,
those.
so Alex, you have 9 zones captured, and
Mhm.
what is your opponents defeated?
17.
Okay.
Which is 26 total.
We're good with this. There's no takesy backsies by anyone.
Nope,
Right?
no takesy
Okay.
backsies. No takesy backsies.
You have
This is me.
advantage. You're beaten. This time.
How does... Oh,
You've got to hold those zones. Maybe next time, Guardian.
We have... If it loads.
And then I go over to
Yeah,
full
you go over
results.
to yeah. It's a pretty sick outfit. "21 opponents defeated, 12 zones captured."
Oh my god.
Nice. Which
When I said that,
is
I thought I was going to lose. I lied.
33 is the total there.
Which I did because the last couple times that I suggested I was going to
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
What?
What'd you get
Now
wrong?
the number of kills I have is wrong.
Well, what do you have?
24.
Okay.
That's all. That's all I got. This guy was looking at the wrong.
We can't really.
How
see
can we
that.
confirm this?
Great question.
Let's take a look
That
at
is
Tom's.
true.
A well-fought victory. You're a wall around those zones. Take that iron will beyond the crucible.
23 and 7. So Tom has 30 points.
If Tuna is not lying, if Tuna has the right game and it
All
is
right, hold on a minute.
kills,
Actually, I don't know if I have the right game. And the problem with that is because it says it's June 30th, but we were definitely not doing this in June 30th.
No, we were
20th.
not. No, that is not the
I
right.
thought I just looked at the most recent thing on here, but this is not. Hold on. I think I need to find, hold on. Maybe I need to look at like
You need to have 21 kills to tie Tom, and you need to have
Correct.
4 to tie me, 25 to win.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tom, this is why it's funny. Like when I like my team lost, so like, you know, it was like,
Yeah.
oh, like you lose, and I realized though, I was like, I'm probably never actually, because I was the number one on my team by kills by a big margin. I was the best player in our team. I
Wait,
was
go back
carrying the
to
team.
my video. Does it say what
The score,
no, the map. Does it have the map?
yeah, Endless Veil. And it was zone control on Endless Veil.
And it would have been in the last week or two.
Because I see Iron Banner. I've got Iron Banner.
It's not an
games
Iron
from-
Banner match though.
Not an Iron Banner match. All right.
Yeah.
Because I have Iron Banner from.
Are you sure it wasn't Tom? Maybe it was like an event.
No, it wasn't. It's a separate. It was a separate thing you did.
I spent like an hour reading online about what weapons were best in Crucible. I've been on a tear, you know.
What
Endless
was the name of
Veil.
the map? Endless Veil. I don't have it. I have Meltdown and Midtown.
I think this should be a head-to-head competition between you two to determine who the loser
Okay,
was.
I like that.
Why?
Well, because
Whoa,
you
why?
didn't. Well, we could disqualify you, and you would just have to take the loss.
What? No.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
I do feel
I clicked control.
Zone control.
No, I clicked. Hold on.
It's not there anymore. But
What do you mean it's not there anymore?
because you played it when Iron Banner was happening. Zone control is not available right now.
Zone control isn't one of the things listed here on Destiny Tracker. Is there a different site?
Tuna really doesn't want to have to do another fucking thing.
Well, because I know that match that I played, I fucking like.
And here's the thing. What's so funny about this is that Tuna, I had mentioned, I was like, I had this Iron Banner match that I might throw up in the competition. And Tuna was like,
But I didn't play.
Whoa. It's we got to play control. And I'm like, well, Iron Banner is a control mode. Like it's control 3 points. It's like, no. It's control. We're playing control. I'm like, all right, Iron Banner's not going to count then. I'll get it in an actual control match. And here we are. Tuna hasn't actually played control. Granted, it's very stupid that it has control and zone control and does not explain what either of those actually, the difference between either of those options.
So I've been thinking about this,
podcast,
Tom.
Yeah,
I've
this
been
is
thinking
so
about
stupid.
this, right? With this, because we've been figuring this out through the year, right? So like we might have to do like a mulligan here, but I think it should be between you two because
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I am putting it out there. I do not mind doing that.
I think.
What would we do? What would we do?
We would just do this again.
Yeah, you guys do it again.
Yeah.
You guys do it again, and you have to show up with it next week. And then this way, Alex, what you're also going to do, though, is still give us the next challenge. No one's getting a punishment yet because we don't know who the loser is. But yeah, it's your turn to pick the next challenge.
I thought it's your turn after Tom.
No.
Oh, it is?
No.
Oh, no, it is my turn.
I don't know.
Oh, it is my turn. Fuck. I thought it wasn't. Oh, okay. All right.
Well, regardless, we have
to
push it, and it'll be between me and Tuna, and we'll do it again for the next week. That's fine with me.
I think in the future, though, right? Whoever picks the challenge, we got to be a little bit more specific with everything. But I think unless there's a like someone's traveling or something, like it has to come up, you know, within the first week that it comes out, where it's like, I'll need an extra week to do this challenge. I think like if we get here and someone did the challenge wrong, it's a DQ, baby. You're doing.
Oh, I
agree. Here's the
agree.
problem. Here's the other thing
Going
I'm thinking
forward.
about too.
Going forward.
That I could argue, because of how this went down.
Yeah.
Okay. I could argue that when I saw my score of 19, I thought it's a really good score because of all the numbers that were added up. So I wouldn't have tried again because I'm like, oh, 19 is really good. So I'm going to go with 19.
Yeah.
So in consideration of that and the fact that I didn't clarify, I am fine with Tom and me
Going head to head.
And what are we doing exactly?
We are playing
exactly.
We are
regular
playing
control.
Regular control. Okay, regular control.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to tally opponents defeated and zones captured.
That's it. Those are only
Those
two
are the
stats
two
that matter.
scores. Yeah.
So you want to prioritize capturing zones, defeating enemies.
Okay. And that's it now.
That's it.
That's
next week. You're going to bring
that's
that
next
in.
week.
That's next week.
All right.
For the 2 weeks from now challenge, we're going to be doing 3 NES speed like challenges. All right, our first challenge is under Kirby's Adventure. It's the 5th challenge in, titled Exit Stage Right, where you as Kirby have to go through the stage and navigate to the door at the end of it. Fastest through wins. Remember, there are 3 of these challenges, so if possible, where we have a 3-way tie, the cumulative time of all 3 will be added up, and the winner will be the fastest. Next up, we have The Legend of Zelda, the 4th challenge in. It's going to be Key to the Keys is the name of that, where you have to destroy 3 key spats and then pick up the key to end the timer. And finally, we go to Super Mario Bros. 3, the 3rd one in. Super Leaf in the Wind is the title for this, where you have to run to the right, hit an item block, and grab the Super Leaf. Good luck, boys. And now Alex is going to be sweating because he said never again, but it almost
he's
going to
be
Tom.
Playing Destiny like he's never played Destiny before.
The harder part for you guys now here is you know what the baseline is. Tom, you know that you have to at least do as good as you did in that game.
Oh, 100%.
Is Tom allowed to resubmit that game?
Yeah, he could resubmit
No.
that.
I'm gonna do.
I mean,
because Chris ended up having a better game than me, so that, you know, like I can, yeah. It would be really funny if both of us outperformed Chris.
Yeah, but I'm already out.
No, I know. Anyway, stay unranked. Oh, sorry, that's your
Stay unranked. Yeah, well, you know what? You could suck it.
Oh, fair enough.